All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fans Union for the fans by the fans. A little bit of a mini hiatus, but nonetheless, we are back. Logan, what's going on, brother?
Nothing much, man. Just enjoying being back in the saddle with the old handsome man himself. Got a lot to talk about. We had a we had to give the NFL. Yes, I'm talking about you. Let's not be
All
too
right.
humble. We just had to get that little bit of breathing room for the NFL post Super Bowl. Let some things shake, let some things happen. Give us some fiery topics to talk about. And a
Dude,
lot has
and
happened.
honestly, like I was thinking, like especially because we only do it once or twice a week. I was like, damn, we kind of got to get this cracking. But like now that we've waited, it's crazy how many moves they keep making. Like the NFL keeps making after like stuff just happened today. I mean, stuff just happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Um, through and it's so weird because there's like no tampering, but as soon as that Monday hits, five guys automatically sign. We already know exactly
Well,
what
they were
everybody.
saying this year, I think it was like Super Bowl week. This year, for the first time ever, they gave you like 3 hours to talk to free agents or something like that, or an hour. It was something weird
Yeah,
like
I
that.
know it's a little bit different.
Yeah, it's
Probably
like a
should.
little bit of a window where they let you tamper, but it's like that ain't basing nobody's decision to give somebody millions of dollars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I probably should have been a little more thorough in my research there of what the protocol is, but nonetheless, here we are. Um, so got us as I've enjoyed doing so much of, I got us a list to look at. So I'm gonna go through that in a second. Do want to let everybody know. Logan knows my fandom. If you know me, yeah, for a long time. Finally went to a Laker home game, and man, let me tell you, it was a blast. It was so much fun.
It's funny you say that because I went to just Monday night. I went to your actual favorite basketball team's home
Okay,
game.
yeah, all
'Cause,
right.
we're not gonna pretend like Joey didn't jump off the Lakers and join the Falcons, join the Hawks for a while there. So
No, 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 no,
we
no, no.
we try to show up for Magic City now, even though they canceled it. NBA doesn't love lemon pepper wings apparently, so it's all good. We still
Those are
went.
fantastic.
Still had a blast.
No,
10-game win streak.
my stance was firm. I was boycotting the Lakers while Russell Westbrook was there. Once
Man
that
had a
happened,
top five point guard and boycotted his favorite team because of it.
I'm not even going. I'm not even touching that.
Top five all time. Argue with that
Either
wall
way,
behind you.
very fun. Had a very good time. Luka dropped 44, had 22 in the first quarter, so that was electric. It was really cool to see the Laker crowd roar, like the crowd really get into it. I mean, it was just the Pacers who are the worst team in the NBA per record, but it was really cool to see them see like that, just that magic in the stadium that I've been seeing on TV my whole life. It was really cool to be a part of that. So I did just want to throw that in there. But we're going to a Hawks game next weekend, right?
Yes, we need to buy. Okay, all right. We're gonna get off topic here. Sorry about this, but I'm not gonna go deep into it. We're gonna text the chat. We're gonna get them tickets bought.
Yeah, we need to do that.
We gotta quit, you know, messing around.
Luckily, we're going to see the King, so that that shouldn't be in too high a demand. But yes, you are right. All right. So real quick, before we get started, look at some of the moves. So we're gonna kind of talk about some of the big moves that's been going on. Maybe outlook what it means for a lot of the teams, especially some of the bigger signings. Some of them I have questions about, as I'm sure you may. So we can look at that in a second. But I pulled up a list, and I can't find from when it was made. But this is the top 20 free agent signings in NFL history. So you see it right here. So top 20, starting with number 20, Jerry Rice. Yeah, nothing too magical about that run, which honestly he wasn't bad in Oakland, but clearly wasn't the San Francisco Magic we were used to. And I think after this he went to Seattle as well, which was also pretty dark. But I'm pretty sure they went to a Super Bowl with Jerry Rice and when they lost to the Bucks, and then they should have that Tuck rule they should have been in there, but obviously they weren't. But yeah, this is the vibes Mike Evans to San Fran gives me right here.
Stop it.
That's the vibes he gives me right there.
You're comparing like a year 20 guy to a year 12 guy. Come on, dude. Well, I'm not taking. I love Mike Evans, bro. I ain't taking no Mike
Yeah,
Evans
I
slack.
don't think it was. When did Jerry Rice got drafted in like 84? I feel like maybe.
And it's 0-1. So you're 17, 18. Come on
Oh
now.
wait, it says no. Let's see. Okay, I can't tell if it's saying that it was his 14th season or it was his 14th 1,000 yard season. That's a pretty good company to be in right there. But either way, it's number 20, number 19, Simeon Rice. I mean, this is what took them to a Super Bowl team right here. So I'm just going to kind of point out some big ones to me. Michael Turner. Oh, wait. This is, if this signing is number 17, I guess there's not a lot of huge signings in NFL history.
Can we
If this
talk
correct,
about how much the Falcons uniforms have regressed, bro? Those are so clean. I love that uniform.
well, we could be finding out in a couple weeks. I
Oh
mean, I know
yeah.
everybody wants that. So
Hey, bring back the black logo. Get rid of the red, new, modern look. Come back with that classic black, man.
well, they
That
actually
logo right there on that helmet is just tough, dude.
they actually
Can't be.
never really wore this uniform until the throwbacks because they wore the red helmets with the red jerseys, and on the black jersey they wore the black helmets. But now when they do the throwbacks, it looks so
Well,
good.
I'm
They
just
have
saying the black logo. Oh yeah, but I'm just saying the black logo in general.
yeah. I don't know. I personally like it. That one is better, but I can't tell you many teams that have a better logo than now than they used to. Ones that have changed. Case in point, right here. Ed McCaffrey, Christian McCaffrey's dad. How about that? James Ferrier, number 15, to Steelers in 02. Keenan
Or
McCart.
Torrey
Wow.
Holt. Oh, never mind.
This is
I thought it
this
was about to be Torrey Holt for a second.
dude, let me tell you, number 13 on this list. Priest Holmes, and I believe he was on the Ravens, I'm pretty sure, before this. So it's funny they show that in this picture. Dude, when I was in middle school, the best athlete I knew had a Priest Holmes jersey, and to me, it just automatically became like the best jersey you can get. I have an affinity for that jersey, a very strong one.
Yeah,
I don't.
it says he was served as a backup on the Super Bowl winning team in 2000.
There we go. Yep. Number 12, Mike
Mike
Vrabel,
Vrabel?
which I think he came from the Steelers, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, he came from the Steelers. It's amazing that he's caught, what, 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowls? I think
Mike Vrabel was old.
every catch he has in his career is a touchdown,
That's insane.
which is only like 3 or 4, obviously. But
Probably didn't win.
yeah, yeah, right, exactly. But I mean, he was a huge part of those Patriot defenses, especially like that first tenure, that first dynasty of Super Bowls. He was a huge part of that.
Quan May.
Kevin Maui, yeah, I remember he was a really good lineman. Rob Woodson, in my opinion, this is number 10 on the list when he got signed to Baltimore from the Steelers as well. I think it sounds crazy. He's my pick as the best corner of all time. If you really look at the numbers, you'll be like, "Whoa, I get it." But Dion's impact went a little bit beyond the numbers as well, for one thing. But on the right day, this is my pick for the best corner of all time. They won a Super Bowl with him as well. And I was literally just about to bring his name up. Shannon Sharp, number 9, going to the Ravens. And these two, when they got there, I mean, they actually they made really had a monumental impact on those teams. They weren't just the old guys. I mean, they won a Super Bowl as well. Every time I hear the name Rich Gannon, I think of I just can't help but to think of John Gruden saying his name. Rich Gannon.
I was just about to say, if you hear that name and don't think John Gruden, I don't even know what to say.
Well, dude, because I think he got shafted out of Kansas City. Make sure that's right. I'm pretty sure
That's
he
that
got
shit when John Gruden's like, I haven't seen a 3-step drop back like that since Rich Gannon.
They actually, there's a really good Bucks documentary on. It's like a six part docu series about the Bucks. It's really good that it goes through that. But I'm pretty sure he got screwed over by the Chiefs, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure he got screwed over by the Chiefs, and it's so funny. These guys that go to the crosstown rivals like this, Rob Woodson going to the Steelers. So pretty funny. Curtis Martin, number 7. Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty
Curtis
big
Martin
one. I
was a
mean,
dog.
he's probably their best player ever.
Curtis
I'm
Martin
pretty
was a
sure he
dog.
came from the Patriots. Yeah, yeah, he came from the Patriots. That poor guy, he got the crap end of the stick. In what situation is it good to get traded from the Patriots to the Jets? Looking at the entirety of your career, because I can't think of one.
Charles
So that's
Woodson.
number 7. Number 6, Charles Woodson, of course.
Dog.
Yeah, he was so good with both the Packers and the Raiders. So no surprise there. Kurt Warner, Arizona Cardinals, another big one. I mean, this is a guy who won MVP, won a Super Bowl in with the Rams. I think they were in St. Louis by that point. Also loses one of the crazy. I mean, as one of the biggest favorites ever against Tom Brady and company. But man, when he got back to Arizona and then they went to that Super Bowl and they were competitive for that few years, there was one game I think he was like 29 of 35. He had more touchdowns than incompletions. I remember that much. And they beat Aaron Rodgers Packers when he was real young in a playoff game. Pretty sure it was in overtime. So, yeah.
Closer we get to the bottom, the more I think I know who number 1 is.
Who would be your guess right now?
Tom Brady.
My guess would be Peyton Manning or Reggie White. And I have not looked at this list. I haven't looked past number 17 because I saw Michael Turner and stopped.
Wasn't Peyton a trade though?
No.
They cut him, right? Because of neck?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's go. We gonna see. Dion.
Or Dion, yeah, going to the.
They got him here twice.
Well, I'm pretty sure did they win? Yeah, they won Super Bowls with both of them too. So I mean, pretty phenomenal guy I just talked about. I mean, this is, he's got legitimate claim to maybe be the most popular football player of our lifetime. Maybe besides one of the quarterbacks as they started becoming superstars, but yeah, absolutely, this guy shut down any half of the field he was on. So comes to those Super Bowl teams. All right, number 3, Peyton Manning going to the Broncos. He broke records like the next 3 years, won a Super Bowl. It got decimated in one as well. But
I have a all right. Who do you think the next 2 are? Because I think I know who the other one is. I still got Tom, but
one of them is definitely Reggie White signing to the Patriots or to the Packers for sure.
Damn, that's a
I
good
see a
point.
Super Bowl. That one, I think the next one is Brady.
Dude, you're telling me Drew Brees ain't on this list, bro?
Oh yeah,
I was thinking Drew Brees, Tom Brady, but the Reggie
yeah,
White
it's
thing
gotta
you just
be.
made.
The next one's got to be Breeze or it's got to be Breeze, right? Yep, good call. Good call.
But dude, Reggie White's a great guess too.
Yeah, I mean, who could be one? I hadn't seen one yet, but
Yeah, I mean Tom Brady only played like 2 or 3 years, but he got a Super Bowl.
his career, Drew Brees' career is so good with the Saints, and nobody remembers he was a Charger.
Yeah, oh yeah, literally. Like he is black and gold, dude. Look how young Sean Payton looks. Holy shit.
Yeah, I know. That game was, and I've always been a huge Peyton Manning fan. A, I hate the Saints. B, I was distraught when they put it on the Colts.
Who was it? Porter got that pick 6 late?
Yep, Tracy Porter. Yep, that was the one that kind of sealed it. So, but have you heard the story about Nick Saban? Like his reason for saying I'm not doing the NFL was when they didn't get Drew Brees.
Really?
Yeah, because it was like one doctor passed. I have to send you the video, but basically a doctor passed his physical, then another doctor didn't pass his physical because he had a knee problem or something like that.
Oh, and then, failed physicals and knee problems, huh? We'll get into that later.
Yeah, that's not relevant to anything now. But it was something to that effect. And then Nick Saban was like, wow, I really can't control my destiny here. And then next year is at Alabama. So number 1, there it is, Reggie White.
There we go. No Tom. I guess the longevity after Tom got traded played a factor.
I guess. I mean, he was only there for what,
2 or 3 years? 3 years?
Yeah. So,
either way.
But also, I don't know when
Reggie White's a great guess.
I don't know when this was made either. So this could have been made when he was on the Patriots still, to be fair.
Fair.
I couldn't see, and I couldn't find anything to see when it was. So very well could be that. But yeah, Reggie White, I mean, the minister of defense, arguably the best defensive player in the history of the NFL. Won a Super Bowl with them 2 years later, I believe. So yeah, not a surprise at all. I wonder. Tell me if I'm crazy, but I don't see. I don't see anything on there. And then like if you look on Google, it doesn't say anything either. But
Click back like before you clicked on the link.
yeah, I looked at that too, and did
I'll
not.
say sometimes on Google it tells you.
Yeah, it didn't say anything. It's so weird. But
What? Click read more,
I'm sure it's just going to pull you to
or is
the.
it just open the link?
Yeah, it's just going to pull you up. Either way,
Okay, yeah, worth a shot. Oh
I
well,
would assume it was
we'll just
probably
say maybe
made.
because longevity,
I would assume it was probably made before Brady was traded. Like this could have been from
or
2018,
while he was
2019.
still on the Bucks, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's
true.
my guess. But
Fair enough. Fair enough.
so, yeah, free agency underway. Bulk of it seems to be done, but also stuff keeps happening every day, so we don't know. Tell me, what to you is kind of the biggest story when you think of this offseason, whether or not how much you remember it a few months from now? What's going to be the biggest story? What was the biggest story to you? I think we may have the same answer, but
I mean, right now we all know what the biggest story is, but let's talk about this time next year and see what the big story is. Because this time last year, we would not have said Seattle was the biggest story. This time this year, signing Cooper Kupp and Sam Darnold, Seattle's the biggest story if you think about last free agency. Because their moves, the
hindsight.
Patriots moves, I think it was two of the top four spenders, and they both made the Super Bowl. So I mean, once you think about it like that, this year, your biggest news or most thing that sticks out is the two of the four teams I think it was that spent the most money, and they both were in the Super Bowl competing for the Lombardi. So right now, obviously it's Max Crosby. This time next year, we might say it's the Broncos because they went and got Jalen Waddle the other day. We might say it's the Bills because they got DJ Moore and that put them over the Super. Like, you never know, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But yeah, right now Max Crosby, they give up 2 firsts, end up not liking what they see on the knee is their story, and obviously withdraw and go sign Trey Hendrickson. Apparently, the word he was getting was he would be playing alongside Max Crosby if he were to sign, and then right before he signs, Crosby falls through. But all in all, the Ravens,
Is he in this situation, Trey Hendrickson? Is that who you're referring to?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Apparently, there was like people were saying that the whole time in his free agency talks, if he were to go to the Ravens, his thought was he'd play along Max. Obviously, Max gets announced that he's staying put with the Raiders. They backed out of the trade, and then Trey Hendrickson did happen after. So I'm sure once he signed, he knew. But during the talks, apparently, like the whole time, it was you and Max on the D line, which would have been crazy. But either way, all in all, the Ravens probably made the smarter move to get Trey Hendrickson, who's, I mean, neck and neck with Max Crosby, and you keep 2 first rounders, and they lost a lot in free agency.
Yeah.
So
And
all
I
in all, I
mean,
think they made a smarter move, especially if they had any doubts about his knee and whatnot. But maybe that was their way to cop out and get out of that situation.
this up front pass rush, that was easily their most glaring weakness to me. That's something they hadn't had in a few years. I mean, last year I think they ranked bottom 4 in sacks. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, they had less sacks this past season than the Falcons did the prior season, and we know how bad that was. We talked about it ad nauseum, but they
Might
were
get back to
really
that.
bad there. And having him and Hendrickson, Crosby and Hendrickson being on the same team doesn't really seem realistic, especially when you're paying your quarterback as much as you are Lamar Jackson. Honestly, I
But
was thinking about this the other day. Like, if teams really want to be competitive, what are we're going to have to stop these quarterbacks 50, 60 million a year. There's no way you're going to be able to build a sustainable team with weapons, defense. Sometimes you get lucky, built through the draft. But if you really want to splash a free agency, quarterback 50, 60 million is going to be real tough to swing, I feel like, going forward. Another thing you talked about they lost, why did they let go of Isaiah Likely?
all ball, baby.
Isaiah Likely was leaps and bounds better than Mark Andrews. It has been for years. That one really surprised me. I mean, that's
Hey, one
probably
thing about Mark Andrews though is if he's playing, he's in the end zone, bro. That man's he's gonna get you some touchdowns.
Yeah, he'll have 3 catches for 28 yards and a touchdown. It's amazing.
2 touchdowns. It'll be 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly. And they were combined
And I
12
know I
yards.
had him on fantasy. It was touchdown or bust every week.
Yeah, you'd be like, exactly, dude. It was like, oh wow, he's scored 3 touchdowns, or oh wow, he hasn't played. It was one of the two.
That's the only man I've seen have a 3 touchdown game and still have below 15 points.
So now one thing I'm really interested in for Las Vegas, who just got Kubiak, obviously, and they had a horrible year last year, looking to bounce back from that. Let go of Gino. Obviously, probably going to draft. I mean, I wouldn't even say probably. Obviously, going to draft Mendoza in the draft coming up, #1 overall. But what's really getting me is, when they traded Max, they started spending money, right? I wonder how much it handicaps their plans, not knowing what's going to happen, because they're not going to get. You think you're going to get 2 firsts for him anymore?
I don't think they're trading him.
Right, but if they wanted to, you think they're going to get 2 firsts for him? Yeah,
Probably
exactly.
not, but I don't know if there's. I mean, and especially the way everything's already played out, like you've already had teams spend their money and whatnot. But I don't think. I mean, at this point, I think he's a Raider, dude. I don't even think it's a question about it. Like as soon as that was announced, I was like, oh, he's back. Like he's in Vegas, baby.
Yeah, I was blown away to see that, to say the least. But we're gonna have to see how it plays out. I think the first move, maybe not one of the first move. I lied about that, but the Rams trying to get Trent McDuffie to from Kansas City. To
That
me,
was a
that
pretty
was
big move.
yeah. I think that was probably the best move anybody's made as well. Because that right there, you want to talk about the glaring weakness for Baltimore was pass rush. They needed a real cornerback one in Los Angeles. I think that would have, especially with the receivers they're going to be playing year in and year out. I mean, you're going to have to play JSN, uh,
Mike
Rashid
Evans.
twice a year. Mike Evans, you're going to have to play. I don't know what's going to happen with Kittle, but you're going to have to play a lot of really talented guys down the field. And obviously, corners don't really cover tight ends much, if ever. But yeah, this when I saw this, I was like, how did this franchise just does everything right? Like they
Yeah,
literally make no wrong moves. It must be nice to be a fan of them.
I was kind of surprised to see the Chiefs kind of, make that trade, but it is what
Yeah,
it is.
but I mean, I don't know what the goal is there, but hey, do what you got to do, I guess. You know what's
The
funny? When I was in LA, even no more so LA than San Diego. Take a guess who you think, like out of all the people I talked to, and one like I just talked to every single person, but who most of them were football fans of?
I'm assuming you're about to say the Chargers just based off how this is going.
The Raiders.
Checks out.
Yeah, I mean the Raiders stayed put for the longest time. I mean they were in LA for like 3 years, if that. So I know there are a lot of people there, but people in LA love the Raiders. So I was really interested to see that. Speaking of other trade, tell me this. I'm gonna preface it with this. Last year, trade deadline, it was speculated that the Bills were offered. I guess the Dolphins wanted a first round pick for Jalen Waddle and reached out to the Bills. What do you think is more valuable in 20, really, especially at that point of the season, but going into this season? The Bills having a bottom 4 pick in the first round, or bottom 5 pick in the first round, whatever it is, or having Jalen Waddle?
Jalen Waddle.
Yeah. And they missed out on it, and the Broncos capitalized on it, traded for Jalen Waddle for a first round pick. And again, they made the AFC Championship. So that's a bottom 5 pick. And Miami, I don't know if you've seen, and we're going to talk about them here in a little bit. I don't know if you've seen that roster for next year. It's looking scary in Miami. They got rid of everything.
They might go over.
Yeah, that's got 0 for 17 written all over it.
And I kind of hate it too because Malik Willis is finally about to get his shot. Not saying I think he's about to be crazy, but it's like he is not about to get a fair shot. He's about to be out there just running for his life and just hoping guys like what's his name, Jalen Tolbert they just signed. Guys
Yep.
like that get open.
Yeah, that's gonna be nasty.
It's not good, bro.
But the Broncos, again, you want to talk about hitting exactly what you need. This is it right here. Last year, I kind of thought their disparity in weapons was jumped off the page to me. They were kind of thriving on coaching. I don't think Bo Nix was the best quarterback in the world, but played very well last year, and probably are in the Super Bowl if he doesn't get hurt. But adding Waddle to the equation, and that's huge for them. I mean, that AFC West should be really, really worried about that.
Wide receiver 2 fits Cortland Sutton a lot more than wide receiver 1 in my
Yes,
opinion.
I 1,000% agree.
Yeah.
But
I mean, then they had Evan Ingram too. I don't know if they have him again this year. I can't remember if they signed a 1 or 2 year deal. But I mean, he was obviously had a great year in Jacksonville, did all right, I guess you would say. But he's a weapon too downfield. He's not your traditional tight end. He's more of a vertical tight end. So obviously, as an Ole Miss fan, I'm a little biased, but I think Evan Ingram can ball.
Yeah, really good outlook for the Broncos coming up next year. Again, with that pick, when you trade a first round pick for a receiver, I think if you're in that bottom 5 and you really need one, go ahead, do it, do whatever it takes.
I think they gave up a first, a third, and then like swapped 5th rounds or something like that.
You know how once it gets past the 3rd round, picks get really weird.
Yeah, but I mean, a first and 3rd round for Waddle. I mean, I don't think that's terrible.
Not when you need him as bad as Denver does. Not when you need him that bad.
No, I'm saying for Miami to get a first and a 3rd back, like it's
not
bad for Miami either. Like it makes sense for both sides. What I'm saying.
Got you. Okay.
What is Jalen Waddle about to do in Miami? Rot? You know what I mean? Like
okay,
they ain't contended.
So here's my thing with Miami, right? So their big signing, Malik Willis, who we knew was going to get paid. I'm going to go ahead and say right now, this is one of those signings that's going to get somebody fired. This one's getting somebody fired.
Here's my thing.
Yeah, let me just read this out to you real quick. He's guaranteed $45 million at 68 million over 3 years for a guy who was not, and because he had a better guy in front of him, I'm not blaming him, who looked, who showed flashes of brilliance. But this is a guy in his career who's played 22 games over 4 seasons and has thrown. I mean, last year he played 4, and a lot of those were when he was hurt or when Love was hurt, obviously. I think that's a really risky number to throw at a guy who's not a proven starter.
What's putting $20 million for a
lot of faith. So what?
What's $20 million for a quarterback these days? Nothing.
I mean, comparatively, but I still freak out over it. Like the inflation doesn't make me think giving a guy almost $70 million over 3 years is crazy. I will feel that way. I don't care about the inflation of it.
I don't think it's that bad of a move. I think if someone gets fired in Miami, it's because they have almost $200 million in dead cap hit.
Oh God, yeah. I mean,
if you're gonna get fired, it's because of that.
They did fire
Luke Willis.
They did fire the GM, like the one who was responsible for all that.
Here's my thing, though. Like I said, I don't think Malik Willis is getting a fair shake, but you got to think the guys who went and got him and said this is going to be our guy. They are Packer guys. They're guys who play over there coaching the Packers. So they have seen this man, not just in games. They've seen the way he practiced, seen the way he could lead. So there's more things into it for me than just those 4 games he played for the Packers last year. Like they know what he's like in the locker room. They know what he brings to practice. They know the energy. They know the ins and outs of this guy more than anybody. So I kind of respect the fact that they're like, you know what? We see something in this guy. Let's give him the shot. Because obviously Miami ain't contending. They're not even contending for playoffs. If they win 6 games next year, they're overachieving. So I don't hate giving a young guy like Malik Willis the keys. What I do hate is he's not getting a fair shake. Like we all know that. There's no talent around him over there. So we'll see. I mean, worst case, you got Quinn Ewers backing him up. You got another young guy. So it'll be 2 young guys over there in Miami. We'll see what shakes. But I don't hate the Malik Willis signing. $20 million a year this day and age, dude, is nothing. You got guys making $50 million a year. Kirk Cousins made 40-something million to do nothing the last 2 years. So it's like I don't hate it personally.
That's not the exact same, but
I mean, I think you're going to get as good of a performance from Malik Willis as you would Kirk Cousins the last 2 years. And I love Kirk. I wish we would have kept him instead of Tua. I honestly do. But when Tua's healthy, Tua can sling it.
Let's go ahead and I guess segue into that. I think Kirk Cousins did not do anything to justify almost $40 million a year for 2 more years or 1 more year, however many he played. He was
I agree with that.
unplayable his first season, especially when he went that game stretch throwing 1 interception or 1 pick. I can't talk. 1 touchdown and 9 picks or 10 picks, whatever it was.
Like 7 or 8 games. Yeah.
Yeah, it was awful. And then last year he was serviceable, but other than that Tampa game, it's not about Tampa, I guess. Other than that Tampa game, it was like, okay, why are we paying this guy this much? I mean, there was that injury he just never bounced back from, and then he got hurt again, and he was just never able to shake it. Honestly, for what you pay for Tua as a Falcons fan, I'm over the moon for it.
For the minimum, yeah. And at the same time, like, we got to keep in mind, I think it was 2 years ago he led the league in passing. I mean, he had weapons, but he led the league in passing. I mean, he's going to have weapons in Atlanta.
Yeah, this is the best offensive line he's ever been around. The one he's about to
play for. And then, I mean, you got London. You got Pitts coming back who had a career year. You got Bijan, obviously. So, I mean, like, you got some guys he can make some shit happen.
Yeah,
with.
they throw Jahan Dotson in the mix now. I really like that pickup.
Zacchaeus downfield. I mean, he's good at hitting Tyreek Hill downfield. Zacchaeus pretty fast.
Big Daddy Austin Hooper back in the building too.
Oh yeah, Austin who? Also, if I'm not mistaken, Zacchaeus when he had that first catch was like 90 yards or something. And it's like the longest first career catch ever by a player. Something stupid.
Wow, how about that?
He had like a 90-yard touchdown to start his career. It was like the longest first catch ever by like wide receiver or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I don't hate the Tua move. I really don't. But especially for the money. Put it that way, for the money. But
and that's to me, that's what makes it a slam dunk is you get a guy, like you said, who has shown he can sling the ball. At one point led the league in passing touchdowns, which that $55 million a year, whatever they were giving him, was an awful decision, obviously. But wanting to extend him when they did was not a bad plan. That dude was lighting the world up. And when you have a quarterback that you think, hey, this is our guy, you gotta do what you gotta do to keep him, right?
Well, also, if you don't keep him, where are you going? You got Waddle, Tyreek Hill, like their team was stacked. So it's like you kind of got to. You don't have a choice.
Yeah.
The thing that's comical though is you got the only 2 left-handed quarterbacks in the league. They're both injury prone. We're just gonna be subbing those guys out as one's concussed and one blows a knee. Like that's just a funny thing to think about.
Yeah, I definitely don't, and I know you're not, obviously, but I definitely don't wish that upon them per se. But I hope. I mean, they're on my team, so I mean, I want them to be at their best. But I think for Tua and Kyler Murray, who signed the same kind of situation with Minnesota, which is going to be huge for them, especially after what they went through last year.
Hey, not the same situation.
No,
Kyler
I agree.
Murray is starting, bro.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Tua is not.
No, I
think Michael Penix will be the starter.
I don't think Penix is going to be back by the time the season starts, though.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying I think it's Penix's job to lose versus I think it's Kyler's job to lose.
I think if Tua plays well enough,
that's true. Yeah.
That either way, I'm more so saying these guys, Kyler Murray and Tua, who are signed these vet minimums but are getting paid still, obviously from their last contracts. This is their time to say, hey, I am worth what I was getting paid before. This is your ultimate audition. You're getting paid nothing, essentially, for what it's worth comparatively. You're getting paid nothing contract-wise with these teams. This is your year to show, hey, next year I'm making, 25, 30 plus million a year. So, but Tua, if he's able to stay upright, which the Falcons have historically been, past few years have been pretty good about as far as allowing sacks are concerned. I feel really good about it. I really do. But
I will say one of the funniest posts or comments I've seen on an Instagram post in a long time. We talked about the Magic City night getting canceled earlier. When they canceled Magic City night, somebody commented in the post on it and was like, first my hometown team signs Tua, and now they're canceling Magic City night. This city's in shambles. That was dying laughing.
Yeah,
they dying, bro.
I think the reactions to Tua were funny because at face value, if you just see the Falcons sign Tua, you're like, wait a minute, no, not possible. But then you realize they're paying him $1 million. Then you're saying, well, duh, you have to do that.
Yeah. The funny thing is, like, people just And I mean, I am one of the people that's clowning because it's kind of like you said, your first reaction is like Tua, bro, like he ain't it. But people do, including myself, forget this man put up 70 on the Denver Broncos, what, 2 or 3 years ago? Like
Yeah.
70 is insane. I mean, that team was stacked, but it's still like Tua's flinging that thing.
Yeah, and it's
So, I
like you
mean,
said, it's not like he's going to a bunch of bums this year. Like he's got real weapons.
and I think it's a low risk, high reward. Like you
Yeah,
said, when you're signing guys like him and Kyler Murray to vet minimums, dude, it's like you said, no brainer.
yeah, and it's it, it's I don't know. I'm trying to find a way to phrase it, but I mean, this is your audition. This is your chance. You've got if you're because let's be honest, like is there a less attractive franchise in football than the Arizona Cardinals? No history, nothing cool. I'd rather be a Browns and a Jets fan
Yeah,
than
I
a
would say
Cardinal fan.
like at least the Browns and the Jets you think about. Like, you might think about them for being bad, but it's like the Cardinals just get lost in the mix, bro. Like who talks about the Cardinals? You know what I mean? Like
Cardinals are like they're the you know how we do the man. You remember this NBA player?
yeah,
Like who was one you said the other day? What was the dude from Michigan?
Mitch McGary.
Yeah, like the like they are the Mitch McGary of the NFL. Like, oh yeah, that's when teams are naming or when guys are naming NFL teams and they're like, God, I can't name that one team. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? I can't think of it. It's like, oh, Arizona. That's who it is. They're the vanilla ice cream, the store brand vanilla ice cream of the NFL.
A vanilla ice cream got more plus side, let's be honest.
Oh yeah, there's way more upside. I mean, they got Big Daddy Algier, but
Yeah. Hey,
there's
I did see too. They said get ready for the tank from the Cardinals. They about to go draft Arch Manning and bring back the Manning Harris combo.
oh okay.
Manning to Harris, and that would be kind of cool to see, but they both might be underperforming in the NFL, in my opinion, so far. But speaking of traded quarterbacks, who saw this coming? Geno Smith, a pretty clear starter for the Jets at this point.
Yeah, dude.
I definitely thought Justin Fields was probably going to be the starter and Geno be a backup, but then Justin Fields got traded to the Chiefs, and I'm like, okay, this is what we're doing.
Honestly, I couldn't think of a better situation for Justin Fields. Could not.
Oh, I agree. But I do think Justin Fields probably going to go ball out for a few games. Mahomes is going to come back, and they're going to ship him.
Because
It's
we
trade
know,
bait.
I think so too. But the Jets' history, we know how they are with quarterbacks. But then you have somebody who plays maybe the worst quarterback I've ever seen in my life, besides, or maybe alongside Desmond Ritter, like somebody who consistently starts games. I mean, it was up there with that bad. And then, hey, let's go get the guy who was almost worse last year, Geno Smith.
Yeah.
It's like if you break your leg, it's like if a doctor says it's not broken, but it's fractured. Like, okay, it's the same thing.
No, it's even worse.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Clean break heals quicker.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so that one.
Hey,
that
Jets have
really on.
made some good moves though. Other than that,
And I mean, they've got they
got a
have
lot of draft
the
picks.
OKC draft capital right now.
But will they capitalize like OKC did? That's the question.
I guess I don't know. Could be.
And OKC had one person to build around, Shea. Do the Jets have that one guy?
Well,
Garrett Wilson?
when they do that,
Or Brees Hall, Garrett Wilson? I mean, maybe.
they get you that Joe Burrow haul. Who knows?
We'll see.
Nothing's in the NFL. Tell me this: when was the last? Was it maybe Tom Brady? I would say Tom Brady or Peyton Manning when they signed to their second teams. For anybody to like, when was the last like what moment as far as free agency signings are concerned?
Like quarterback or just free agency?
Anybody who you're like, what happened?
I can't say one comes to mind right now.
I mean, I guess the Max Crosby thing when you first read it was pretty crazy. I know you sheftied that in our group text.
I mean, Micah Parsons was pretty nuts. Khalil Mack back in the day to the Bears was pretty
Yeah,
nuts.
Michael Parsons was pretty nuts. You're right.
But I mean, we were expecting Micah Parsons and Khalil Mack, but it's like
Yeah,
there's still.
like
I mean, anytime you trade someone that big, it's still kind of like, oh shit, this happened.
yeah, and when you're thinking of stuff like the Luka Doncic trade, kind of capital like that's the easiest number one ever. Like that's the craziest sports trade I think I've ever been alive to appreciate.
Bro, they should have bombed Nico Harrison's house.
Okay, let's not make terroristic threats on the internet
I didn't say I was gonna do it. I was saying
on audio.
they should have. They should have. Edit that out. Sorry.
Well, he did get fired. So,
Not soon enough. He got bailed out by the Cooper Flag shit. Anyways, we'll stick to the NFL here. But yeah, so
I did want to say a rival team who I'm worried has really been making some good moves is the Saints. The Saints, honestly, you want like you said, if the Dolphins, if they win 6 games, they're overachieving. That's how I felt about the Saints for what they had, new coach, figuring out the quarterback situation. I thought they had a really good season, and it makes me want to puke to say that. But of course, the Falcons brought up the broomsticks with them, which is always good.
what they end
But
up with 7 wins or 6?
I think it was one of those two.
Because I think everybody was within like a game of each other in that sorry ass division.
Yeah, I can't remember. I guess I could just look it up. Let me see if I can. This will pull it up quick enough.
Hey, there's
6-11. They went 6-11.
okay. I mean, I'm interested to see what they do with Kamara. Do they just cut him? Do they let him play backup? I don't really see that. Do they trade
I
him
think
in
he's
draft
gone.
night or something?
I'll tell you a bit. I mean, they signed Travis, who we found out is Travis Achan. Did you see that?
I didn't know if that was joking or serious. I didn't see him say it. I just saw like meme clips about it. So I didn't know if it was like for real or no.
I saw him. No, it was at a press conference, like his introductory Saints press conference. I saw him say it. But
Okay.
I'll call him ETN just for familiarity. And signed the Falcons' best linebacker last year in Caden Ellis,
Yeah.
who was really probably their best defensive player the past 2 years.
Hey, I just want to say this, and I think we may have said this before on the pod at some point. I'm so sick of the thank you post for everybody who walks in your building and farts. Like, dude, this man walked in the building and scratched his leg, and you get a thank you post. Like, I'm not saying Caden Ellis didn't deserve it, whatever, but he didn't. Let's be honest. The way I look at it is if like winning a Super Bowl, you automatically, yeah, okay, like a Pro Bowl, whatever, which that don't mean anything anymore these days. But like, if you're a high caliber player and you won a Super Bowl or made a historic run on a bad franchise or something like that. But other than that, dude, it's like you better be top notch to get some thank you video and post. Like I'm so sick of every single one, dude.
Hey,
Like,
if there's anybody who's tired of participation awards, it's me. So
like why is Darnell Mooney getting a thank you post? Thank you for what? The wasted money, the drop passes,
engagements, social media engagements.
Yeah, like Jesus. I mean, I thought that was a good signing at the time. It just didn't pan out. It might pan out. What do you go? The Giants? It might pan out there, but it didn't here. So it's like, why are we? Anyways, I won't get on it.
I'm going to get on a tangent real quick. Let's move a little bit to the receiver position.
Yes, there's 2 that I want to talk about big time.
Well, you go with your first one, then I'll go with my second one. Maybe we intersect here, but go ahead.
I will let you have the bigger one. Pause. Michael Pittman Jr. to the Steelers. Steelers are making great moves, dude. Michael Pittman Jr. as a wide receiver 2 to back up DK, give him a little bit of space there. I think that's a fantastic move. Rico Dowdle, great move. They signed him. They do lose Calvin Austin, which I think you upgraded if you went and got Michael Pittman Jr. I think that's an upgrade. And on top of that, you go get Rico Dowdle. Rico Dowdle, I think, is an upgrade at running back. The only thing is Kenneth Gainwell did leave. I think he went to the Bucs. Kenneth Gainwell, I did not know this until he signed elsewhere. Kenneth Gainwell had like 73 catches, which was the most by anyone on the Steelers last year. That is crazy.
That's the most Steelers stat I've ever heard.
Yeah, literally, bro. But I mean, to me, it feels like Aaron Rodgers is coming back, right? Like, it's not really getting talked about this year, but like, it seems like he's coming back to me. You got McCarthy there. Like, why would you not run it back? You go get Michael Pittman Jr. You're getting Rico Dowdle. Like, you're getting players who like you're trying to win. Like,
yeah.
they're very much so not just like rolling over. Like they're making moves, good moves, which the Steelers usually don't do. We see them get DK last year, Michael Pittman Jr. this year. I think Rico Dowdle was a solid move. I really do. So I think the Steelers made some good moves so far. I'm kind of interested to see how that plays out, to see if it still feels like the same stale Steelers, because they kind of just felt stale for 4 or 5 years now. So you got Mike McCarthy. Let's see if he, breathes some new life over there. And, he's Pittsburgh native, all that good stuff. So we'll see how that plays out. But that's who I'm mentioning, because I have a feeling you're mentioning a pretty big wide receiver 1 upgrade for somebody up in the north.
Well, actually, I wasn't going there, but when you started saying it, I was like, oh, no, he's talking about like a new addition. So I'm going to say the one you're talking about, and then I'm going to move into mine.
Okay.
So, yeah, DJ Moore goes to the Bills. For most teams, I don't think DJ Moore is like, oh my gosh, we got DJ Moore. This is game changer, blah, blah, blah. The Buffalo Bills are one of those teams where it's a game changer.
Oh, yeah.
These guys, I mean, this may be hyperbolic, but I feel like it's right. These guys might make the Super Bowl last year if they have a DJ Moore.
Oh.
If they just have a DJ Moore, they are in the Super Bowl.
We talked about this. What were they missing? A wide receiver 1. And we talked about, what did they let walk away? Stephon Diggs, a wide receiver 1. So they go get this is a wide receiver 1 too. Like, this isn't like he's wide receiver 1 because of situation. He's wide receiver 1 on a handful of teams, if not more than that, honestly. Like, he's a true wide receiver 1, in my opinion. I think he's going for 1,000 next year easily. Like, there's not a world that, unless injuries happen, which God forbid, there's not a world that we live in where I don't see us talking about this time next year, DJ Moore having a comeback season, 1,000-yard season, because
he's having a career.
The Bears. Was that?
I said he's having a career year this year.
Oh, I agree. And he played great for the Bears 2 years ago. He was pissed when they traded Justin Fields. Like, he was vocal about it. Like, he was not happy about them getting rid of Fields. Like, even though they got Caleb Williams, he was vocal about loving the playing with Fields and whatnot. Yeah. So I think that just kind of put a bad taste in his mouth when all that happened. Then they go sign Keenan Allen, stuff like that, which obviously that was 2 years ago at this point. But I don't know. I don't think DJ Moore was ever really happy in Chicago. It didn't seem like. So I think this probably is going to breathe some new life in him. What wide receiver 1 would not be happy to go to Buffalo? Not even to mention, you're talking about Josh Allen, and you got some James Cook, which, I mean, maybe I'm sure the wide receiver likes playing with a good running back because it helps balance them out.
Right.
So, I mean, Josh Allen's going to be the best quarterback he's ever played with, and it's not even close, dude. Yeah, I think DJ Moore is going to go berserk next year. I think that's a great move. I really do.
So, yeah, I'm really excited to see that one. Now, what I was getting into, let me get everything pulled up right here.
Talking about the overpay?
Oh, yeah. The overpay. I feel like this is the first receiver move that happened. I can't even. I just looked at it and started laughing again. Alec Pierce re-signs with Baltimore. I'm sorry. I was talking about the Baltimore Colts. Well, re-signs with Indianapolis. 4 years, $114 million. This guy is just shy of $30 million a year.
Was that like 27 a year? 28,
give or take. I'll do the exact. Let's see, $60 million of this guaranteed, by the way.
And then they traded Michael Pittman Jr.
Right. Let's see, so 114 divided by 4.
Like, I think 114 should get you him and Pittman. Like, let's be honest.
Yes, I agree. And he's closer to 29 a year, so just shy of 30, 28 and a half per year, I believe it is. Dude.
They backed themselves in the corner, bro.
Dude, he played 15 games last year, just cracked 1,000 yards. There's nothing to me that spells 1,000 yard or a $25 million, I said 25, almost $30 million receiver. There's nothing that could even make me think that this is an idea. And then it gets even crazier. Let's give Daniel Jones 44 minutes. Let's make him the highest paid quarterback ever. Let's do it. Let it rip.
They living high off that. What was that, 8-1, 8-2 start? They're living high off of it, dude.
But the thing is, did he play well? Yes. Daniel Jones has. And I'm gonna get the number up right here. Daniel Jones, it's not like this is a guy who just had his first injury. You know what I mean? Here, let me pull up his
You know, they
football.
said he was playing with a broken leg before he tore his
Yeah.
Achilles.
Hmm.
So, hey, if he was doing that on a broken leg, my man out there like Charlie Morton getting the shit done with a broken leg, and I can respect that.
Dude, so 2022, he played 16 games. Next year played 6. Next year played 10. And then next year played 13. So this is a guy who can't stay healthy a whole season. Like it's proven at this point. He's only had one season where he played every game. Actually, no, because 2022 was there 17 games. I'm assuming. Actually, no. Let me look at that
Oh, I
record.
think I don't think it started until like 2023 or 4.
No, they did have 17. So he missed one game that year. One game is okay. That happens. But this is a guy in the past 3 years who has missed multiple games every single year. So you're paying a guy who basically got ran out of his town, fair or unfair, underperforming, lights it up for you for 10-ish games. I guess yeah, right around 10 games, and gets hurt out for the year with an Achilles after he had a broken ankle, broken foot. I think it was a broken foot. I feel like
Something like that.
yeah, but it had a broken bone, and you're making
In
him
the
the
other
most.
leg.
So what?
His broken bone was in the other leg too.
Yeah, it's unreal. And you paid this guy 88, gave him an $88 million extension for 2 years.
I mean,
What's
here's
his
my
name? Chris
thing.
Ballard? What do you no, I can't rationalize this. If I'm Josh Downs, I'm pissed.
For 2 years though, who cares?
It's 2 additional years on top of what he's already like what is his let me look at his contract now. Because they gave him an extension.
Yeah, but it was up, wasn't it?
Well, no, last year was did they give him a 1 year deal?
I'm pretty sure. Because they transition tagged him, which meant that they had the option to match. It was like restricted free agency in the NBA.
I could be an
Transition
idiot.
tag just means if the Falcons offer you X amount of money, I got the option to match it or just let you walk and get like a draft pick or some shit.
Let's see.
I'm pretty sure it was just a 2 year, which if it's just for 2 years, to me, who cares? And I mean, I hear you with the injuries and it is a lot of money. But I mean, if it's just 2 years, whatever. It's not like they had a better option. I mean, they did have a better option, Kyler Murray. But at the same time, I mean, I don't know. Daniel Jones, what scares me is part of his game is he has good legs. Like he can run pretty well. So his mobility, I think we'll see how that plays a part with the Achilles, the broken bone, whatever it was, leg, foot, ankle, something like that. But I don't know. I mean, if it's just 2 years I'm like, whatever.
Dude, it's 2 years, 88 million.
No, I know, but I'm saying 44 a year. But 2 years, yes. Like 44 is a lot for him a year. But if it's just 2
that's
years,
my point. That's where I want to leave it at. Because, like, what leverage does he have where you have to pay him that much? What other teams are offering him that much? I can't imagine it.
I think maybe not offering him that much. I mean, I don't know, dude. They have to know something. They transition tagged him. They could have been paying him $36 million. I think that's what the transition tag was 36.
They probably should have done more research on that. Oopsie. But I still can't.
And I'm trying to remember this from a week ago when it was actually topic of conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we probably could have. This probably should have been our second free agency, podcast. But it is what it is.
I'll get you one right here. Another big one that we hadn't talked about. Kenneth Walker going to Kansas City.
Yeah, that's insane. But I don't know. It surprises me. It surprises me with the that he left Seattle. I definitely thought Seattle was just gonna not franchise tag him, but sign him is what I thought was happening. Because Charbonnet, didn't he tear his ACL or something? Like he's out for a while.
Yeah, I think he hurt his ACL, which
so he'll probably
much quicker recovery than it once was.
No, but he's still probably missing the first 5, 6, 7 games, something like that. So I definitely thought they'd go with Kenneth Walker, but I mean, I guess they're about to go draft somebody. I think they did make a signing for somebody at running back. I forget who.
Well, I
think they're drafting somebody and leaning on Charbonnet, but I did not expect Kenneth Walker to the Chiefs at all.
I mean, I thought the Chiefs were a slam dunk to sign
Treefield.
Or no. I mean, I guess they could still do that.
Yeah, I
No,
think
I
that's
thought
way
they were
too
a
high.
slam dunk to draft Jeremiah Love. I thought they were drafting him. Like I was, like
Aren't
that
they
was.
scared he's not going to go that? Because what do they got the ninth pick?
I think it was 13th.
Yeah, I was hearing that he ain't going outside the top like 5. I keep
Really?
hearing Jeremiah Love like really, really high.
Well, we'll have to. We'll get into. I mean, the draft's coming up in about a month, so we'll
Yeah,
definitely be hitting that hard a
yeah,
little
we
bit.
got time to hit on that.
Yeah, but we'll look at some more mocks, get a little more acquainted. But yeah, I mean, this is a guy who this is your Super Bowl MVP. I mean, this is us was the as good as their air attack was, which obviously was the strength of their offense. I mean, it felt like this guy could get you. Oh, it's like, oh look, he just picked up 7 yards, and it's Kenneth Walker the third. I don't know how to phrase it properly, but he was a very sneaky, like, whoa, this guy's got over 100 yards already.
Yeah, but the thing is, he would run it what inside the 10, and then let what's his name finish it off. Charbonnet. It felt like.
Yeah. Now, because what he had just hit 1,000, like he barely crossed 1,000 yards. I think we're talking about when we
Yep.
were doing the Super Bowl. Are we thinking this is a better signing than it is because he was Super Bowl MVP?
Yes,
Okay,
I think so.
I'm kind of
I
thinking I'm
still think
torn.
it's a great signing. I
Yeah,
do think it's a good signing because I mean you're going from Pacheco to him, and Pacheco's been hurt the last like year and a half.
yeah.
So I mean, I think it is an upgrade for sure. Which shout out to Pacheco. I think the Lions backfield David Montgomery as good as possible with getting Pacheco. If you get Pacheco healthy, I think that's a great backup running back to Gibbs. With that being said, I also just spoke on David Montgomery goes to the Texans. They're desperately trying to find a run game. They had 4 names in their backfield last year at running back, and none of them really panned out. I mean, you had Nick Chubb. Did Joe Mixon ever even come back last year and play?
No, I think he got in trouble or something.
Okay, so yeah, you had Joe Mixon, you had Nick Chubb, Damian Pierce, who was good for a year or two before they went and got other people. I feel like they had one more running back that was a decent name. Didn't really pan out, but he was a name, once a name or something. But either way, I mean, I think David Montgomery to the Texans, that's obviously not a bad move. The Lions, there's only so much you can do there whenever you got 2 running back ones, kind of, you know. I think Minka went to the Jets. I think that's a good pickup for the Jets. They
Oh
obviously
yeah,
desperately need defensive back help. They also got another defensive back that was pretty good. They signed him though, not trade.
pull it up.
Can't remember off the top of my head. Um, I guess I'll name a couple other quick trades that happened that I think are worth mentioning. What's his name? Rashawn Gary goes to the Cowboys. He's solid defensive lineman. Should help boost up the Cowboys and kind of backfill the Michael Parsons gap. You get him and Kenny Clark back teaming up. So that is what it is. I think Zaire Franklin to the Packers is a good move, personally. He was pretty good for the Colts the last couple of years. And I mean, I pretty much is all the trades I think are worth kind of touching on. I do think it's funny. I've seen some some memes talking about Brian Daboll's the only coach I know that'll get fired for having these guys in his locker room, but then get hired somewhere else and bring them over there.
Hire the guys that got him fired.
Yeah, that's how it was worded. Yeah, but I was like, that's a pretty funny
Yeah.
statement.
Another one I know we were going to hit on just a second ago and kind of skipped over. Mike Evans to the Niners.
Yeah, I do not think this is a Jerry Rice to the Raiders deal. I think that's so disrespectful. I will. It'll have to happen for me to like think that. I've always been a fan of Mike Evans, dude. I've always been a fan of Mike Evans.
Well, I think because Jawan Jennings left, right? I'm pretty sure
He's still a free agent. I don't think he's signed yet, but yeah, he's a free agent. And then
Yeah,
Kendrick Bourne left also.
I don't think
Kendrick
he's
Bourne.
staying.
I think Kendrick Bourne went to like the Cardinals or something, but Kendrick Bourne was one of their bigger weapons because of all of their injuries. You know, like he actually had some decent. I'm surprised we haven't heard nothing about Mac Jones. You know, do they wait till midseason to try to trade him or something? At this
They've got
point?
so much leverage with him, dude. I think if they get rid of him, it's going to be a trade deadline week or it's going to be draft night. It's going to be one of those two.
Draft night would make sense.
But
The Niners did get Christian Kirk. We'll see if he blossoms back. I mean, he had a couple good years in Arizona. I think his first year in Jacksonville, he was all right. He's kind of fell off the radar the last couple of years, though.
They've got a lot of. I mean, I know I was talking about it earlier, like the receivers that the Rams are going to have to play, being in the NFC West. But I'm thinking about it. They're done with Ayuk, right? I mean, he got hurt, and they're just done with him.
Well, he refuses to report, so
right. So they're done with him. Jawan Jennings probably not coming back. when does Ricky Pearsall ever play? You know what I mean? Like they are really on an island. So
I mean,
if
all in all, I think if you have Mike Evans, Ricky Pearsall, and Christian Kirk, maybe can mix in there and try to make some, get a little closer to his older days, a couple years ago. I mean, I think they could make something shake with that, especially because when you add Kittle and McCaffrey. So I mean, you got Kyle Shanahan coaching, like they got better, I would say, but their biggest thing is health, dude. It's been like what 2 years in a row where they're just getting slobbered with injuries. So we'll see.
that evil substation.
Yeah, right. And that's what they were saying. They're like, "Oh, Mike Evans hamstrings toast." I'm like, "Oh god."
Yeah.
There's a bunch
I
of
don't
crazy
I
memes.
don't encourage those jokes, but I did see that, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, it's kind of a good point. I don't like that. I'm kind of on page with this. So, I mean, there's more free agency stuff we're going to hit on. We really just wanted to, kind of touch up the big stuff. Another one, also, I didn't think about it. What's his name? John Franklin Myers getting signed to the Titans. And when you're building a team, you got to have pass rush. And so getting him was pretty huge. I'm not sure if you saw, but Shefty reported that the Vikings are open to training John Grenard.
I seen that like a week ago. I did see that. Which, why? I guess because all the money they paid him, they're trying to get off some money. I don't know.
Well, I don't think his contract's guaranteed anymore. So a lot of times,
Dude, come to the A. James Pierce is gone. Bring in that boy, the hometown kid Grenard.
dude, that situation right there is wicked.
I
Apparently, he's
mean,
got a lot of those changes drop, but if I had to guess, I don't think he's. I think Arthur Blake's going to let him walk.
I think at least he's sitting out this year. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But
Yeah.
hey, if you can bring in Grenard, maybe that's a trade you make. Pierce for Grenard. If y'all are willing to
Dear,
take the baggage, we'll take Grenard.
dear God, bring
We'll
it
give you
on.
baggage if you give us the guy y'all gave a bag to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I mean, obviously, like Grenard playing up the road from our high school, our rival, whatever you want to call it, it'd just be cool to see him in a Falcons uniform and whatnot. But
That's
yeah,
always a cool story, no matter what.
yeah, anytime someone can play in the NFL in their
That coming
hometown
around
or
full
any
circle.
sport. I did just
So,
see John Mechie to the Panthers.
really?
Yeah, I've just seen this. I'm kind of just scrolling through some free agents. I didn't know that. John Mechie on Austin 316 day, by God, just signed with the Carolina Panthers.
And a freak
Wow.
animal bass.
Hey, hell yeah. But yeah, I just keep thinking John Mechie's going to have that season where he bust out for like 750 at least, like has just a solid season. I'm not saying he's 1,000-yard receiving guy. Like maybe that's past because, obviously there was hope when he was at Bama. He might be a little better than he's been in the NFL. But I still, for whatever reason, feel like he's going to be a solid wide receiver 3 or 2 maybe. It ain't happened.
He's like that, like after you graduate high school and here's that one chick, you're like, she's gonna be hot one day. It's gonna happen, and then you're just every 5 years, you're like, it's coming.
It's like every year she just gains extra 5 or 10 pounds, and where you're just to the point where it's like, yeah, that'll never happen. That ship has sailed. She need to get on that Ozempic.
Oh dear. Well, that got dark fast.
My fault.
That got dark fast.
I'm just saying, Mechie, I'm holding out hope, baby. I'm holding out hope. He was so good at Bama.
Yeah. Well, obviously, next week we'll probably have more to update on. Come with
I'm trying to just browse through some signings to see if we've missed
start looking through some draft stuff. But here, I was thinking about this too. Can you think of a free agency signing that happened just, I guess, in any time of your NFL fandom where you were like, okay, oh no, this is one. They made this happen, and then it just, which I feel like probably happens more. But first thing that comes to my mind is when
I thought you were going to say and paid off.
No, it just didn't. Like I remember when Albert Hainsworth was like the best defensive tackle in the league when he was in Tennessee.
Washington.
Yes, and was horrible.
Hey, I got one for you.
Okay.
Kirk Cousins. Pretty recent, but
that one was.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest, dude. I partially blame the Atlanta Falcons for that because you got a veteran quarterback who's already probably in his own head. We've all seen Quarterback, the Netflix show with Peyton Manning, Omaha Productions. if there's any quarterback in the league that I think might get in his own head being that old and come back from injury, it's Kirk Cousins. And then on top of that, you go spend the number 8 pick on a quarterback. They kind of did him dirty from the jump. They didn't give him a lot of confidence. They didn't put enough belief in him. So I feel bad for Kirk Cousins. I hope wherever he ends up, he balls out. I really do.
I think the optics of that situation do look bad. I agree. Um, it was pretty bad, like because that was my first thought too. But after how we started playing halfway through, I'm like, and I know we don't know what Penix is going to be. I understand the criticisms against him, but when Kirk started, I'm gonna make it sound like he was a recovering addict, but when he kind of fell off the wagon a little bit, it was
interception addict.
Yeah, he was a dude. He was a digging. That dude was. He had the what's it called? He had the syringe in his tooth and just wrapping the freaking. Yeah, slapping it. He's like, gotta throw it in the pig, man.
They seen that dude under the goddamn I-85 bridge, bro.
Throwing in the double coverage, be calling me. He's like Pookie of New Jack City.
Hey, one signing we haven't mentioned. Well, I just noticed this. Mykal Walker went to the Jets. Interesting. Alex Anzalone to the Bucks. That signing's kind of funny because the story that I heard was he has a home in Tampa and pretty much told Tampa, "Hey, you need to sign me. Like, I don't want to leave this home in Tampa." And stood on. I had other teams interested, but was dialed in on Tampa until he got the deal done. So from my understanding, that's how it went down. They're on Pat McAfee show with, I think it was like Dan Orlovsky or something. But yeah, I'm like, that's pretty hilarious. He's like, hey, I got this home in Tampa. Tampa, sign me. I ain't trying to leave here. I ain't trying to go back to cold-ass Detroit. So I think that's a big loss for Detroit, though. But, or no, was he on the Vikings last year or Detroit?
Oh, Detroit sounds right.
It does
No,
sound
we don't
right.
know. We don't know anything.
I don't know. Either way.
We don't know anything.
Good signing for the Bucks. Shout out to him standing on business, saying, "Hey, I ain't trying to leave my home." I did just see Kevin Byard, which I know is kind of washed, sign with the Patriots. So that's kind of interesting considering. Mykal Walker was already with the Jets. I just realized that. Anyways, Kevin Byard going back with Vrabel. Maybe Vrabes gets a couple, another good year out of one of the vets. Travis Etienne. Oh, Rachaad White goes to the Commanders.
Yeah, I did see that.
Hargrave signed with the Packers. So Sky Moore to the Packers. Hey, Malik Willis got Tutu Atwell, baby. Tutu Atwell was kind of a big name for like half a season. You remember that?
Yeah.
Like, what happened? You know what I mean? I'll tell you what happened. Somebody else turned into their own.
What do you think? Puka. Like whenever FanDuel, whoever releases the over-unders on wins, what do you think the Dolphins is? I'm thinking 5.5.
I was about to say 4.5.
4.5, 5.5. I'm thinking. I'll tell you who else. Let me tell you somebody. Stock. If you got it now, sell it. Sell it. Sell your Buccaneer stock. They're finishing in third place next year.
Maybe fourth.
I would kind of love that, honestly. And then the Falcons go 17-0.
Let's see. Jonathan Allen went to the Bengals.
Yep.
I'm just kind of reading through, seeing if I see any names that kind of stick out. I've mentioned a couple that ain't even worth mentioning. Oh, Bradley Chubb to the Bills. Don't hate that. I did see that.
God, it's crazy how fast these signings go by.
Yeah, Nakobe Dean to the Raiders. I know we talked about that before we went live.
Yeah, they got Quay Walker too.
So they trying to get the Las Vegas Bulldogs. They trying to take the Eagles recipe.
I wonder if I think they have Eric Stokes too.
Here's one we're missing. The Raiders disgustingly, and I mean disgustingly, overpaid a center. The highest paid center was like $9 million, and they paid that man like $15. Tyler Linderbaum got paid. I mean, I get it. You're about to have a young rookie quarterback, so go get a center. But Jesus Christ, did they skyrocket that market for top paid center?
Hey, after Alec Pierce, bro, whatever happens, happens.
And yeah, you're right. And then I will say, you were talking about Quay Walker also going to the Raiders. Another good Raider signing that I kind of was hoping the Falcons would go get this guy, Jalen Naylor. He's like sneaky good to
Oh
me.
yeah,
I think that would have been a good pickup for the Falcons. It kind of gives me like a Dotson vibe, you know?
yeah, I
Like,
would have loved to have had him.
yeah, Jalen Naylor, he had some sneaky good games behind Justin Jett and oh my god, Jordan Addison.
Yeah,
So I mean, I think that's a solid little under the radar kind of pickup. Obviously, Trey Hendrickson we talked about. We talked about Kenneth Walker. Noah Fant to the Saints. That's another decent pickup for the Saints. We mentioned they've been making some decent moves.
yeah, they're getting a lot better, man. It's getting scary.
Yeah, I mean, oh, Romeo Dobbs to the Patriots. That's going to
Patriots.
be the replacement for Stephon Diggs. Who knows? Maybe Stephon Diggs ends up back on the Bills. That would be crazy. I would love to see that.
Yeah,
Imagine,
I think has this court thing been resolved? That's going to play a part
uh,
in it
who
too.
knows?
Yeah,
We'll see, which I think that's why the Patriots probably just went ahead and wiped their hands with it, to be honest. Um, D. Alford went to the Bills. Trubisky went to the Titans.
electric.
Oh, the Panthers overpaid like hell for Jalen Phillips, but I respect it. They got it. They had a guy they wanted. They went and got him. When you're a team like the Panthers, sometimes you got to do that. Overpay
Yeah,
somebody to get a culture
you
started.
just got to be rogue.
I mean, honestly though, sometimes you got to do it. Hey, Falcons did go get Nick Folk too, a kicker. We've obviously had our kicker woes, so hopefully that's a veteran who
Oh
can
yeah, that's
help
money
us
signing
out.
right there. That's a money
Yeah.
signing. I love that.
Zane Gonzalez, who was kicking for us last year, and go to the Dolphins.
He deserves
just-
it. He deserves to be on
Gardner
the team.
Minshew to the Cardinals. Pro Bowler Gardner Minshew.
That's actually the most. You remember we were talking about the Cardinals earlier being vanilla ice cream?
Yeah,
It
checks out
kind of
too much.
just like Gardner Minshew is like saying, "Yeah, oh, do you have any other flavors? We've got Thin Mint."
You know what's funny? Jacoby Brissett is like the perfect Cardinals quarterback.
Yeah,
like, oh yeah, that guy, he can sling it kind of.
yeah.
Demario Davis did go to the Jets.
Yep.
That's a solid
Left.
pickup, I believe.
Finally left New Orleans.
Yeah, I think that's a solid pickup.
I mean, Cam Jordan's gone from New Orleans.
Yeah, did he sign somewhere?
I don't think so, but he didn't need to call it a day.
Yeah, I mean, Demario Davis ain't too far from that. Hey, Rashid Shaheed did re-sign with the
when things
Bro.
happen in your life.
Dadgummit.
What you doing over there, bro?
I don't know. I clicked on a page and then chick started talking. I was like, "Did you invite somebody in here?"
I just got all the way to the. Looks like I called all the way up with free agency. There was a couple names we did miss, like a Dobbs. That's a big one we were going to miss if I didn't scroll through real quick. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to at least mention, see if we let any slip through the cracks. I think Jalen Naylor, I really was hoping the Falcons would go after him. I mean, I'm not saying he's a pivotal change. You know, I'm not saying he's nothing too crazy, but I do think that would have been a good fit for the Falcons where you don't have to overpay a guy, but you still get a solid, return, which John Dotson could be the same. So,
Well, we'll be back next week talking more NFL. We hadn't talked college in a while, but God, college is kind of exhausting to talk about if it's not in the season.
I mean, yeah, I would say if we talk about college right now, next week we're going to talk about whatever big player went back in the portal because he got paid even more and someone tampered to get him. Like, it's the Wild Wild West, dude. I can't keep up with that shit during the season, much less in the off season.
Yeah, and there's like, I saw somebody saying like people don't like because used to college like off season college recruiting. Who's visiting where used to be huge. Like everybody was glued to it, but now
It don't matter.
There's like no point.
When we get some rules and regulations, we'll talk about that, but that probably won't happen for another 7 years because that's how the NCAA moves slowly but surely.
This thing could collapse, man. I mean, it's gonna go because it is what it is, but
there could be some bad years for college football coming up. Though. I agree.
I don't even want to get down that rabbit hole because it's gonna get dark too.
But let's end with this. So far, who would you say, in your opinion, whose moves do you like the most? And I don't mean that it has to be I'm picking the Bills because they got a wide receiver one. It could be someone like the Raiders who are making smart moves. They're kind of going to overpay for a center to, hopefully help out Mendoza when they draft. Like it could be a team like that who seems like they're building a culture, or like the Jets who are getting draft capital. But all in all, like I said, it could be any of those. But just what's your perspective and who you think's kind of had the best all season, or in your opinion, not maybe the best, but you know what I'm saying?
I would say probably the best move was the Rams getting McDuffie, but I think I feel like maybe the best team who has made some really critical additions and has honestly improved with all their additions might be Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I like
I
that.
think they've gotten better with every signing.
I mean, dude, I really, really like the Pittman trade, and then and then they paid Pittman too. I believe Pittman got a good little contract when he went over there. But then Rico, I don't know, Rico performed really well last year.
It's really just going to depend on whoever they get a quarterback, I guess. But I really like what they're doing so far.
I mean, at this point, are the Steelers just kind of Aaron Rodgers or Kirk Cousins? Is that what they're doing?
That would be my guess.
Yeah, I mean, you got to go old guy, right? Like a vet. Like no one else is really left to go get.
I would think probably A-Rod. But that would be the most Steelers thing ever, and that's why they can never get another, like a long-term answer at quarterback.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't go after Kyler. I feel like if Mike Tomlin was there, Kyler would have been on their list. I really think that.
I think they are going to draft either the Jets or the Steelers are going to draft Ty Simpson this year. I feel it.
I feel like it's the Jets.
Jets need to, obviously, but so do
the Steelers already have a Ty Simpson in their locker room in the name of Will Howard. It's the same fucking player, in my opinion.
No.
I think so.
I don't.
I don't see either one of them being a starting quarterback in the NFL. They might get some starts, but I don't think they're going to ever be like this is your guy.
I think Ty Simpson, there was that stretch from when they beat that couple weeks before they beat Georgia.
Yeah, it was
until they lost their next game, where I was like, this is the best quarterback in the country. He is, and then their whole offense just once everybody was like, oh, these guys really can't run the ball. Collapsed.
Will Howard also lit it up in college. I'm just saying.
He was nowhere near as good. He was the quintessential game manager. Ty Simpson was making throws where it was like, whoa, you shouldn't be making that throw in your first 3 games.
I guess the difference is Ty Simpson did carry a team for 8 weeks where they looked like the best team without a lot of talent around. I mean, he had talent, but not a run game, I guess, where
not a lot of production.
Ohio State has a run game.
Yeah. So, but my answer would be the Steelers. All that to say.
I don't hate that. I think the Raiders, I mentioned them because I do think they're making good moves. I think this is seems like a culture starting move that they're making. They're making some good signings. I think the Raiders make sense. I do love that the Bills went and got a wide receiver 1. I think that's huge. And yeah, I'm with you. I think the Steelers are making some big moves. There's a handful of them that very intriguing to me, but it's always funny because some of these things happen where you're intrigued and then the season happens. You're like, oh, never mind. That did not mean shit.
Yeah.
Which the Jets in a couple of years we'll find out with that because the draft capital is pretty nice. Like you said, kind of an Oklahoma City Thunder thing. It's just about how many can you hit on or who can you package. I will say this. I hate the idea of Joe Burrow going there. His career will die there. If history does what history does, dude, you know what I mean?
I don't think he really goes anywhere. He's probably a big one for life.
Maybe not for life, but for a while, yeah. With the way this day of NFL works, who knows? I don't know if I ever believe in lifers anymore.
That's fair.
I mean, for instance, the Chiefs just went and got Justin Fields to take over Mahomes' spot. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Rage bait.
Well, next week when we meet, we'll be less than a month away from the draft, so we'll start looking at that a little bit. We can get a little refreshing college experience. But we'll kind of look at some mocks. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, I feel like I know football pretty well for what it's worth. I'm not the guy who's going to be able to accurately predict 1 through 30.
Dude, if anyone this year is predicting the draft, good luck. I barely know anyone in the draft. Everyone who could have went to the draft elected to fight and stay in college. No one's going to the draft anymore.
Especially. But we'll take a look at some mocks next week, kind of talk about, maybe what some of the marquee teams or teams that are important to us, what they really need. We can go from there. But Logan, you got anything else before we head out?
Hey, it was great to be in front of a live mic again, sir.
Yeah, feels good to be back.
Great to
We'll
talk
our
ball.
our hiatus is done. So
And I'll leave on this. Yesterday was a sad day in the United States of America. Once again, fall short of a World Baseball Classic. Depressing
is,
times.
is it bad that I'm not even mad about it because Ronald Acuna's team won?
Oh
Straight up.
no, hey. Ronald Acuna, I think, just became the third player ever to have a MVP, a World Series ring, and now a World Baseball Classic championship. It was like Buster Posey, Ronald Acuna, Shohei Ohtani, I think. I might be missing one, but I mean, an electric list right there
We and then we've got to put an asterisk by that just to be fair.
because he didn't play in the World Series.
Yes.
I mean, he still got a ring.
Oh man, I'm not going. I love Ronald Acuna more than almost anybody on this planet. But
Hey, Ronald Acuna is the only reason they were still in reach of the playoffs. Let's be honest. When he went down, bro, he was the only reason we were flirting with 500. He was
yeah,
carrying
no,
that team.
I mean, he's a man. But
I'm with you. He didn't play in the World Series, but dude, the
yeah, I
way he
don't.
carried that team to start that year, hey, he played
I'll
a
tell you
part.
what, dude. March is a great time for sports, especially when you add in the World Baseball Classic this year. We got that opening day of baseball, opening weekend of baseball is always really fun. Obviously, March Madness that kicks off tomorrow. So whenever this episode will be out, March Madness is getting started. NBA really starts heating up down the stretch. So I mean, there's so much good, and then we got the NFL draft, which is in April, obviously, but lots of going. Oh, and of course, I mean that's early April too. But then the Masters is kind of right where all of it, right after March Madness ends. So lots and lots of good sports to watch coming up here soon.
I hear you, but nothing touches October.
I mean, yeah, but we're in March, so October doesn't really matter in March.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll just shut up next time.
Yeah, appreciate that. No, but you're right. I know what you're saying because that's like NFL's and college football is in full swing. NHL kicks off. NBA kicks off. MLB playoffs. Like
You
it's
got
like, oh, excuse
everything,
me.
bro. Yeah, you're like, what do I want? Like, you got to be in
Yeah,
Buffalo Wild Wings every night to be able to
yeah,
even try to consume it.
exactly.
It's a
So,
beautiful
but
time.
well, appreciate everybody being on. We'll see you next week, and we're out of here. Peace.
Right there.